Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Today is our fourth day of presentation on paper number 107 and my presentation topic is Waiting for Godot as Meta Theatre, Beckett and the question of representation. So let's start. Here is my academic information, then the table of content which we will discuss in detail. Then here my research question: how does Waiting for Godot use meta-theatrical techniques to challenge traditional notions of representation in drama? And my hypothesis is Waiting for Godot employs self-referential dialogues, cyclical structure, and theatrical minimalism to emphasize the artificiality of performance and question the nature of representation. The play destabilizes audience expectation by presenting character aware of their theatrical existence, mirroring the absurdity of human experience. The absence of Godot and the character's repetitive actions highlight the futility of searching for meaning, reinforcing Beckett's challenge to conventional dramatic representation. Then, here the introduction. What is meta theater? Definition: a form of theater that self consciously reflects on its nature as a performance, blurs boundaries between fiction and reality, challenges the illusions of the storytelling and representation. Then, meta theater in Waiting for Godot, a play about waiting with no conventional plot, questions the function of drama itself. Character aware of performance, conscious dialogues, breaking the fourth wall, and repetition and absurdity exposes the artificiality of theater. And here, understanding meta theater. What is the meta theater and who is and who is founder of this term? Meta theater term coined by Lionel Abel in 1963 in relation to self-reflexive drama. Then common meta-theatrical techniques: play within a play. Example like Hamlet, six character in search of an author. Then a direct audience address, characters acknowledge performance. Then self-referential dialogues: characters question their actions or reality. Theatrical minimalism, drawing attention to form over content. And Samuel Beckett's theater of the absurd. No clear plot, as we know, climax or resolution. Cyclical structure exposes repetition in life and theater. And existential themes represent a lack of meaning and waiting for nothingness. And Beckett's challenge to representation: rejection of traditional narrative structure. Beckett discards linear storytelling, cause and effect logic and resolution. His plays often feature circular or stagnant plots where events repeat without progress, and these reflect the existential idea that life lacks inherent meaning or direction. Example like Waiting for Godot has no clear beginning, middle, or end. What is the conventional plot? And then Vladimir and Estragon wait endlessly for someone who never arrives. Their conversation and actions are repetitive, mirroring the futility of existence. And the second one is a fragmentation and breakdown of language. Samuel Beckett challenged the idea that language can effectively communicate meaning. His characters often speak in fragmented, nonsensical, or repetitive ways, exposing the failure of words to convey certainty. And then silence, pauses, and gibberish replace conventional dialogues, emphasizing the absurdity of human communication. Example like Samuel Beckett's another player Endgame. In Endgame, Chloe repeatedly asks Ham whether he wants anything, but Ham refuses to give a direct answer, showing how language fails to express true needs or emotions. Then, breaking the fourth wall, awareness of performance. Estragon and Vladimir dialogues often signals that they are performing. Here, example like Estragon says, "We always find something, Didi, to give us impression we exist." A self-referential comments questioning their own role in the play. And acting within acting, characters performs for each others to pass time. Example, Pozzo and Lucky's performance in Act 1, exerted gesture highlighting the artificiality of theatre. Then Vladimir and Estragon constantly rehearse living but never do. What does this achieve? Undermine illusion of realism, forces the audience to question what is performance and what is reality. And then the role of language in meta theater. Meta theater highlights the artificiality of theater, often using language to expose its own limitations. In traditional theater, language conveys meaning, but in absurdist meta theater, like Beckett's Waiting for Godot, it fails to communicate effectively. Then circular dialogue, non sequiturs, and language as a performance. First, circular dialogues. Characters repeat themselves, creating a sense of utility. Example like Estragon. We came here yesterday, Vladimir. No, no, there you are mistaken, Estragon. What did we do yesterday, Vladimir? What did we do yesterday? Non sequiturs. Conversations lack logical progression. Example like Eugene Ionesco, the belled soprano characters make disconnected statements like Mr. Smith, the Pope has glass eye, and Mr. Smith says dog have four legs. Language as a performance. Words become more mere sounds rather than carriers of meaning. Example like in Waiting for Godot, Lucky's monologue is a long incoherent speech that lacks clear meaning. And here then the play's minimalist setting, a meta theatrical strategy. Here the 4 point. First one is a bare stage with only a tree. Then no historical or geographical context, lack of external events, and the empty stage as a symbol of life's emptiness. In this play, Beckett suggests what is our purpose of living life and existence. Here the and empty stage symbolizes what is the our role, what is we are doing in our life, is a exist and is a meaningless. So here the minimalist setting in Waiting for Godot is a deliberate meta theatrical strategy, drawing attention to the theatrical experience itself while reinforcing the themes of absurdity and existential emptiness. And here the absurdity of repetition, theatrical self-awareness. Here there is a main 3 point like cyclical structure. Second one is Act 1 and Act 2 mirror each other. And third, character repeat actions and forget the past. Cyclical structure. Samuel Beckett used the cyclical structure as the no such as a storytelling or historical events use. But he added in only this character this two or four major character and made with a two act and as repetitive actions. And act 2 and act 1 and act 2 mirror each other, as we know, and characters repeat actions and forget the past. Vladimir and Estragon are both acted in repetitive actions. Then trapped in performance, just as the characters are stuck in a meaningless cycles, actors in a play are bound to repeat their roles night after night. This self-awareness turns the play into a reflection on the nature of theater itself. By using repetition, Waiting for Godot highlights the absurdity of existence while drawing attention to its own theatricality. And here, Godot as the ultimate meta theatrical device. Godot never appears, highlights the play's artifice, denies resolution, exposing theater's constructed nature. Audience like the characters waits. Yeah, their waits Vanishri says, and audience expect actions, but Beckett denies it. Traditional drama built on actions. Beckett subvert this. Frustrate audience, making them confront theater's mechanism. mechanics, and waiting itself become performance. Nothing happens, yet yet it is stage. Inaction turns into theatrical spectacle. Then cyclical structure mirror rehearsal and repetition. Beckett challenge audience expectation of theater. No narrative progression or closure. Characters seem trapped in performance, making the audience self-aware. Waiting for Godot question theater's purpose, exposing its illusions. And here Beckett's anti-representation, the play as a mirror of the audience, Estragon and Vladimir as a metaphor of the audience. They both are wait endlessly for Godot, just as the audience wait for meaning or resolution in the play. However, neither the characters nor the audience receive what they expect. And their repetitive conversation, forgetfulness, and lack of progress reflect the absurdity of human existence, forcing the audience to question their own search for purpose. And second point is the audience role in waiting. Traditional plays providing clear narrative, but Waiting for Godot denies this, making the audience experience the same uncertainty as the character. By the end, the audience realized they too have been waiting, no, not just for Godot, but for meaning in life itself. And here the conclusion: Waiting for Godot exemplifies meta theater by questioning the nature of performance and representation, blurring the line between fiction and reality. Beckett rejected traditional storytelling through circularity, repetition, and unresolved action, making the audience aware of its own role in meaning making. The character's endless waiting reflects the absurdity of human existence, where meaning remains elusive. Through minimalism and self-reflexivity, the play challenges theatrical convention, ultimately portraying life itself as an absurd performance without clear purpose or resolution. And this is my references. And thank you. I hope you found my presentation insightful. And if you want to some more clarity, so feel free to ask your questions.
Question is to you. What effect does repetition have on audience perception in Waiting for Godot?
Yes, Rudvi. Waiting for Godot Waiting for Godot is a play about repetition, meaningless actions, of characters. But here, repetition have on audience perception. Audience suggest this play is about such absurdity. But what is the purpose, what is the meaning? We can find in such a act, and there are no such way of finding in meaning. So
There is a second question also, but reply this in the comment. Okay? Now we'll have to take one question only because still 5 of you are remaining. It is already 2 o'clock. So next presenter now you can come. Yeah?